I still wake up choking on the smell of lime and rotting flesh. It was the winter of 1978 in the suburbs of Chicago. Snow covered everything. Christmas lights twinkled on the houses, and I was a broke 19-year-old desperate for work. My little sister Emily was only 11 back home. She was obsessed with clowns. She'd laugh and say, "Big brother, clowns are the happiest people in the world." That belief is what led me to John Wayne Gacy. He was a stocky, round-faced man who always wore a warm smile. He ran a construction company and lived at 8213 West Summerdale Avenue, a neat two-story house with a big American flag waving out front. When I showed up for the job interview, he shook my hand firmly and said, "Call me John, son. We're all family here." The house smelled of fresh paint and home-cooked food. Family photos lined the walls. John with kids at parties, John in a suit at charity events. He showed me the basement renovation and casually lifted a heavy trapdoor in the floor. "Crawl space," he said. "Old pipes leak sometimes. Gets a little ripe down there in winter, but nothing a strong kid like you can't handle." A faint, sweet-sick odor drifted up from the darkness, like meat left too long in a broken freezer mixed with chemicals. My stomach turned, but I needed the money for Emily's new winter coat. I took the job. That evening he invited me to dinner. We ate meatloaf while he proudly told stories about performing as Pogo the Clown at children's hospitals and birthday parties. "The kids love me," he chuckled, eyes crinkling. "My big smile makes them feel safe." 2 days later, I was working in the crawl space. It was a nightmare, barely 3 feet high. You had to crawl on your belly like a worm. While laying pipes, my hand brushed something soft in the dirt. I pulled it out. It was a faded red clown nose, still slightly damp. Above me, John's heavy footsteps crossed the living room. He started whistling a cheerful circus tune that buzzed strangely through the vents. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept picturing Emily's happy face. A week passed. During the day, John was the perfect boss, cracking jokes, offering me sodas, asking about my sister. But at night, his eyes changed. They became flat and empty, like a doll's eyes. One Friday night, he asked me to help move heavy supplies after dark. The house felt wrong. Lights were dimmed. The heat was turned up high. "Trick time," he said suddenly, pulling out shiny handcuffs. "I show this to the kids at parties. Magic, right? Put your hands out." I laughed nervously. "John, I'm not a kid." His smile stayed, but the warmth vanished. "Just try it. For fun." The steel clicked around my wrists. In one motion, he slammed me against the wall. His hot breath was on my neck. "You're shaking," he whispered. "They all shake at first." He pressed a chloroform-soaked rag over my face. As the world faded, I heard him humming that same circus tune. I woke up tied to a wooden chair in his bedroom, mouth taped shut, arms and legs bound so tight the rope cut into my skin. The room reeked of sweat, fear, and blood. Then he stepped in. Full Pogo the Clown makeup. White grease paint face, bright red lips stretched into a grotesque, unnatural smile. Blue triangles over the eyes. Red foam nose, rainbow wig slightly crooked. He looked exactly like the clown every child loves, except his eyes were dead black pits. He leaned in until the red nose almost touched mine. "Pogo loves good boys," he breathed in a high, playful voice that cracked at the edges. "But sometimes good boys have to learn the real trick." He showed me the garrote, a thick knotted cord with handles on both ends. He demonstrated on a pillow first, twisting slowly until the fabric tore. Then he looked at me. "Kids at the parties never see this part," he whispered. "They only see the balloons and the smile." I lost control and wet myself. Hot tears streamed down my face as I thought of Emily waiting for me. John began tightening the rope around my neck, slowly, savoring every second. My vision sparkled. My lungs burned. Just as darkness closed in, a loud knock came at the front door. John cursed and shoved me into a closet. It was the police asking about a missing 15-year-old boy named Robert Peist, who was last seen talking to a contractor. John sounded perfectly normal outside, the concerned neighbor. While he was distracted, I smashed against the closet door until it cracked. I escaped out the back door, running barefoot through the snow to the nearest house. I told them everything. The officers at the station first laughed at my story. "John Gacy? He's a respected guy. Throws parties for kids. Helps with charity. You must have misunderstood, kid." But they saw the rope burns on my neck and the terror in my eyes. They sent a team anyway. First search. John opened the door with his big, friendly smile. "Come in, officers. Anything I can help with?" They looked around, checked the basement, even opened the trapdoor. The smell was faint. John had already scattered fresh lime. They left empty-handed. I cried in the station. "He's got bodies down there. You have to believe me." 2 days later, the disappearance of 15-year-old Robert Peist gave them a second warrant. Second search, December 13th, 1978. This time, the team was more serious. Officer James L. Kay was in charge. John greeted them again with that same smile, but something in his eyes had shifted. "Turn the heat all the way up," an experienced detective ordered. "If there's anything here, the smell will tell us." The furnace roared to life. For the first 5 minutes, nothing. Then the air changed. A thick, sweet, sickening stench slowly filled the entire house, like hundreds of dead animals baking under lime. It was overwhelming. One young officer gagged and ran to the bathroom to vomit. Another's eyes watered so badly he could barely see. "This smell, it's like a morgue. Worse than a morgue." John kept smiling. "Old pipes, officers, sewer issues." No one was listening anymore. They lifted the trapdoor. The crawl space was a low, dark hell, only 2 to 3 feet high. Officers had to crawl on their hands and knees with flashlights. The first thing they saw was white lime powder mixed with dirt. Officer Mike Hoffman went in first. A few feet ahead, his hand touched something cold and soft. He dug. It was a human wrist. "Oh, God!" His voice cracked over the radio. "We've got a body!" One by one, the corpses emerged from the darkness. Some wrapped in plastic, others buried in dirt and lime. Young men and boys, most between 14 and 30 years old. Many showed signs of strangulation and prolonged suffering. The stench inside the crawl space was unbearable. A thick, sickening smell of decay mixed with lime. Officers could only stay inside for 10 to 15 minutes at a time before they had to come out for fresh air. Several experienced detectives passed out from the overwhelming odor. One veteran cop later said in an interview, "I served in Vietnam, but this was true horror. Crawling on your stomach in complete darkness, surrounded by bones and decomposing remains. It felt like we had discovered the devil's own graveyard. The excavation went on for days. 26 bodies were recovered from the crawl space alone. 3 more from the garage, 4 buried under the concrete, and 4 more were pulled from the nearby Des Plaines River. 33 victims in total. Each victim had been lured to the house with the promise of a job, a ride home, or to see a clown trick. John drugged them, kept them bound for hours, and eventually strangled them before hiding their bodies beneath his own home. When John was finally arrested, he remained strangely calm. He confessed to the murders and even drew detailed maps for the police showing exactly where he had buried the bodies. But the deepest chill came during the trial. Looking straight at the judge, he said quietly, "You think I was the first one down there? I was just keeping them company. The crawl space already had guests when I moved in." Forensic experts later confirmed that some remains were older than the time Gacy owned the house. Different layers of lime told the story. In the darkest corner of the crawl space, they found an old, blood-stained clown doll. On its painted face, someone had crudely carved, "Pogo was here before me." John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection in 1994. But the house still whispers. New owners tore most of it down, yet on cold winter nights when the heat comes on, some neighbors say that same sweet, sick smell drifts through the streets. And sometimes children playing outside swear they see a fat clown with a bright red nose standing at the end of the block, waving slowly, always smiling. I never let Emily go to another clown party. Some smiles aren't meant to comfort you. They're meant to lure you into the dark, where the real show never ends.